planning on talking about comfort foods and how they can be healthy today, the eat part of our eat, move, and recharge triangle of health. And I'm going to talk about that in conjunction with the coronavirus because people are talking about the coronavirus. People are freaking out about the coronavirus. Some people are not freaking out about the coronavirus. I'm not going to talk about the science and the news and what we know and what we don't know, other than to say it's never a good idea to panic. Let's be informed. Let's take good care of ourselves, and let's make sure that we know what's going on and we're making smart decisions. Why is that? Because to do otherwise, to panic, just raises our stress level, raises our cortisol levels. And when that happens, it lowers our immune responses. It prevents us from achieving our health goals, but more pressing to this particular moment in time, if it lowers our immune response, then we are more likely to get sick. Whether it's the coronavirus or the flu or strep or a stomach bug that's going around, I think we can probably all agree that we want our immune systems to be as strong as possible so that we can fight off whatever comes at us. That doesn't mean that by staying healthy, we're not going to be impacted by the flu. There is no magic. If we're going to get sick, we're going to get sick. But by having an underlying healthy immune system, our response to that flu or whatever comes across our way is going to be lessened, so that we'll get back to being healthy and feeling great and full strength sooner. Now, how does comfort foods fit into that? Well, comfort foods do a couple of things for us. One is they comfort us, they make us feel good. And so by doing that, you're lowering your stress, you're lowering your cortisol, and you are not suppressing your immune system. If you feel like you are on a diet, that you can't eat what you want, that is going to be more stressful for your body. So please don't misunderstand. I am not giving you carte blanche to go eat whatever you want, comfort yourself with food. That's also not a good idea, because then you have cellular stress as well. So what to do? Well, everything is about a healthy balance, right? If you want something that is comforting, by all means do it. Let's see how we can dial it in to be a little bit healthier. For example, I love a good hearty stew in the wintertime. There's something about the meat, and sometimes it's potatoes, and sometimes it's beans, and sometimes it's veggie, but just that thick, rich, comforting, warm meal makes me feel better on a cold day or cold evening. And so I do a lot of work to tune up my recipes so that they are better for me in the long run. I am a firm carnivore, so my stews almost always have meat in them. I do a variety of different meats. I add beans to them. I add hearty vegetables like carrots and kale, always with a base of onions and garlic. I add a little bit of red wine for flavoring in addition to having a tomato base. Sometimes I make them with potatoes, but a little bit less, so that we're not having as much of the starchy, heavy vegetables with it. So what other comfort foods are there? There's also in my family lasagna. How can you make that a little bit healthier? You can add in veggies to that if you like. You can just shred them down, mix them in with the cheese, and aside from anybody who sees you making it, they won't even know that they're there. You can add in different kinds of noodles. You can make them with zucchini noodles. You can make them with quinoa noodles. There are lots of different ways, if you're a little bit creative, as to how you can take some of your favorites and turn them into being a little bit healthier. One of my favorites from growing up is a stuffed cabbage that my mom used to make. Generally pretty healthy. It's ground beef and rice mixed in with some cabbage noodles. what can we do to tune it up a little bit? Well, I add a little bit less oil because there's plenty of fat in the beef as well already. I'll add some veggies in with the beef and the rice mix, so it's not just the heavy beef and rice. And then I love to let it simmer in the tomato sauce with raisins, and it just turns into a delicious, comforting meal. So what I would love is if you would post some of your favorites down below and tell me how, what's involved, and we can noodle through how to make those a little bit healthier for you. But so my message for today is do everything you can to reduce your stress so that you're not suppressing your immune system. In fact, I have a free challenge coming up in my Never Diet Again group to reduce our stress. Why are we doing that in a nutrition group? Well, it's for that very reason. When you reduce your stress, you have a much better chance of reaching your health goals and keeping yourself healthy along the way. So please come join me in Never Diet Again. Our challenge for reducing our stress is going to be April 13th, and I'll have some great prizes too. So let me know if you have any questions about that. And until next time, what I hope for you is that you live a life you love without being hungry, feeling deprived, or giving up your glass of wine with dinner, and without needing 26 hours in your day. So until next week, ciao.